Good morning, everybody. Welcome back to TWR. I hope you are all doing awesome and taking care of yourselves today. We are just checking in on Mango, who is looking really good today. It looks like he is in and out of his brumating stage. I think he's just kind of sort of active, but not super active. Sometimes he comes out from sleeping, sometimes not. Today is the day he looks like he is out and about. He came out yesterday as well, so he might be shifting out of the mostly sleeping stage of everything. He is eating a little bit again as well. Definitely put a little bit of plushness back into his belly because he was looking a little flush. Gave him a nice bath because he was looking a little dehydrated. So he's looking really great now. His space is clean. It's all worked out, clean here. So that's doing good. Now Mango here is actually going to be leaving us here in maybe another month or so. Now he's actually going to go live with the kids again. The kids are back with their mom, and they're living in Nevada. And so he's going to be living with my baby mama, and they're going to be living in Nevada together. Now she's battling the second bout of cancer, which came back after a couple of years of being gone. And so she was kind of hesitant to take him right away. She wanted to make sure that she'd at least, be able to properly care for him while also dealing with her chemo stuff, which she will be dealing with for the rest of her life now. But now she's home. They're settled into a new home, and she is ready for Mango. And so when I go visit the kids here in like a month or so, I will probably be bringing Mango along with some of his lights and whatnot, just to get them set up. And he's going to be living there with them in Nevada, which is going to be really great for them. Yeah, it gets cold in the winter there too, or at least that part where they're at, they definitely got some snow this year. But their summers are going to be so hot, and it's going to be so good for him. He's going to thrive in that area. It's going to be almost like living back in the motherlands of Australia, for you, buddy. But not quite Australia, but it's going to be like Australia. It's going to be just hot and dry and all the same vibes of Australia, just not in Australia. So he's going to thrive really well there in Nevada, and I'm excited to see the pictures and see him to thrive there and see them get together, because she really did bond with him a lot. And sometimes you just know that some animals are just meant to be with people, and I honestly believe that Mango was really meant to come to me so that it can make its way to my baby mama. So the whole big yawn, eh? So yeah, so that is Mango looking good here in his whole space, and got himself some food, got some water down there, little plaything, nothing super crazy in here. So yeah, that is Mango getting ready to move off to Nevada soon. All right, so now I have also been putting a lot of thought into a different project also that I was talking about, and I think I've mentioned it before. This enclosure here, you see that there, that thing, this black and white one, that has Shere Khan and it has Maleficent in it. Now I said I was talking about taking out the center piece, the center area here, and making the whole thing an enclosure for one of them. And I was like, well, which one am I going to use it for? Like, I can think about which one would I actually keep in there and which one would actually need to get a new enclosure. Well, I put a lot of thought into it, and it turns out that I'm thinking neither of them are going to actually move into there. I'm thinking actually that I'm going to get them both their own new enclosures, and I'm going to take out that center piece. I'm going to have to replace the bottom, because with wood enclosures, sometimes things warp and whatever. The bottom has gotten a little bit warped, so I'll probably replace that whole bottom panel there, and then I will probably just block off that whole bottom part and make it an enclosure, not the whole bottom, probably most of it, but make this an enclosure for Rogue. Yeah, I think it would be a great enclosure for Rogue. It would allow me to put up different shelving units and stuff, like different levels of shelving, even like 3 different levels of shelvings and stuff for her as well, plus some lights, strip lights, and everything else. I think it would be great, because it's two by 3 by 5, or yeah. So it's 2 feet deep, 5 feet long, and 3 feet tall. So I think it would make a really great enclosure for Rogue, particularly if she stays to being of the smaller species of spine-tailed iguana, which she is appearing to be. She's supposed to be an adult already, and she's already still pretty small. So I don't think she's gonna get super bigger than she already is. At least lengthwise, she might fill out obviously a bit more, because when I look at other spiny-tailed iguanas have definitely got some more bulk to them. So she's probably going to fill out a little bit more, but she's not going to get super longer. She's not going to get too much more longer. So I think that's going to work out great for her, because she's right now probably sitting at a little above 2 feet long, maybe like 2 feet 3 inches long. And so that would put her just at like maybe as like a little bit longer than the width of this enclosure. And so I think, or for the depth of the enclosure. And so that would still give her that whole 5 feet extra of just like space that she has in there. That's just a lot of space, a lot more space up to climb, a lot more just ability to do stuff. And if I block off this whole bottom part here, like, you know, replace the bottom, and then instead of having the glass down there, just like put a different board that like completely seals that bottom half, then I could put substrate in it and actually make it something that she could dig in. So instead of having the idea where I have right now, which is what I'm still going to do until I can get to this, where I'll just get a tub where she can get inside and dig inside of that, but the whole thing would be something that she could dig around in. And so I think that would work out really great for her in the long run. And I'm super excited to get to that project. It's going to take a while, because I got to now officially think I got to make a lot of financial moves before I can even get to that. One of the things I really want to think about as well is, first I said, what am I going to put these guys in? So I got to think about, you know, right now, Shere Khan I don't think needs anything bigger than what he's in right now. So I think maybe something a little bit taller for Shere Khan. And, you know, yeah, maybe something a little bit taller for Shere Khan, maybe not. Maybe about what he's in now. Maleficent could probably be moving up close to her 6x2x2 enclosure soon, which would probably last her a long time. She's already been in this 2x5x5 for a good couple of years now, and she's grown into it nicely. And I think at this time she stretches across the back of it and maybe just starts to actually reach across the sides. So she probably could technically go in there for at least another year or so, which is probably what she'll end up being in there, because it's going to take me some time to make these financial moves. But I am going to think when I do move her, I'm going to work towards getting her straight into her 6x2x2, which then would make me have 3 6x2x2 enclosures. And at that point, I need to think about like figuring out best ways of getting those stacked on top of each other, so that could just like keep those all in a row. Of course, I would get a stepping ladder to be like getting in and maintaining, but it's fine. You know, that's how I'm working in this space that I have. So I need to get those stacked. But if I do that, I need to make sure that the first one on the bottom has some really good heavy-duty wheels on it, because if I'm stacking 3 6x2x2 enclosures that are all going to have, you know, stuff in them, not going to be bare minimalist, then I'm going to be able to move that, and that needs to be on wheels so that I can move that. That has to happen. It has to happen. So I gotta think about the finances of what that's gonna look like, what kind of wheels would actually be able to handle that level of weight, and how that's gonna actually work out. There's a lot of things that I want to get on wheels to make this, like the amount of animals that I have and the enclosures that I have, it would be so much easier to be able to do any sort of rearranging or anything if they were all just on wheels. So I'm working towards getting all my enclosures, a lot of those on wheels. So the 6x2x2 enclosures, at least one of those needs to get on wheels, so that when I stack those, I can move that stack. I also, when I do get this bottom thing fixed, I want to put that on wheels as well, because once I put dirt in there for him or for her to be able to dig around, like, I don't want to have to actually take that out. I'm just going to be able to wheel that on bad boy right on in as it is and get that done. And so it is just maintenance wise and being able to remove stuff, I want that on wheels. It's going to be heavy. I want to be able to maintain that and manage that myself with moving stuff, and not have to call in hands on deck to move such a large enclosure by myself if I'm needing to do anything behind or under it, you know. So wheels, and that's going to be financial investment. So I have to think about 2 new enclosures for both Shere Khan and Maleficent before I can even begin to work on this to move Rogue in there. So financials, and I'm already having to kind of reel myself back a little bit on my financial spendings, because I'm working towards, you know, big goals in my life, and I need to just kind of think about, you know, slowing down and actually working towards trying to save money, as opposed to just like, you know, whatever extra money I have is going towards my animals, and I'm happy, yay. So I need to actually work on towards saving some money, so I need to definitely like prioritize just how much I'm just like, all right, this new project's happening right now. This new project's happening right now. I'm going to spend money on this project right now. I need to pull that back and stretch out my projects a little bit more. And so it's going to be a little bit before I even get to that because, like I said, 2 new enclosures and then all the money that's going to necessarily go into actually redoing this. So like setting up, getting a whole new bottom wood panel, getting the wheels that goes on it, getting the wood that needs to go across the top, getting all the dirt that goes inside of it, getting the light like fixtures in there that would actually hold the lights. All that's going to be an investment. Even though the base is there, there's still going to be a lot that needs to be invested into that to actually make that work for Rogue as an enclosure. So that's a future project, but it's something that I'm working towards, and I'm very excited about it. And I was literally just sitting here looking at that, and I remember saying that I was thinking about that with my snakes, and I was like, looking at videos of enclosures for like spiny-tailed iguanas to get some ideas, and I was like, man, those are reasonably large. I really need to think about something like big, either getting something remade or made new or in whatever. And then I was thinking, okay, where would I put that? But then I thought, well, I already have something that could really work. And it's not 6x2x3 or 6x3x3, but if she stays on the smaller end, this will work for her at least for a long while longer. So I'm thinking I'm going to do this. It's going to be awesome. I'm super excited. It's going to be a while before it happens, but I'm throwing that out there and putting it out there in the universe so that you are going to hold me accountable and I can hold myself accountable and everything's going to be just great. So so that's what's happening with that when it comes to Rogue's future update, and those two getting updated as well. Now, I feel like there was definitely one other thing I might have wanted to talk. Oh, yeah, this way. Gamora is going to need herself a new enclosure as well. For the fact that, first of all, she's getting to the point of size where I think she could utilize a lot more space. So I think we did just get a bunch of like larger, tall enclosures, like arboreal type enclosures I might check out in the store price-wise. But she needs more space, just like both width-wise and maybe even a little bit more height-wise, particularly because she's getting bigger, first of all, and this is scary to get in when I need to work with her, Like, I need to get in here and I need to clean this glass, and that's making me nervous. It makes me nervous thinking about after, like, how many times I've already had her get out. Like, just opening one door up at a time and having it open while I work on cleaning the glass and, like, making sure she doesn't decide to just come shooting out of space. And if I had a larger enclosure where everything could be a bit further back from the door, I wouldn't have to worry about that. So she absolutely needs to be upgraded into something bigger, both for the fact that she needs more space to move because she is getting bigger, and also for me as her keeper so that I can stop having a heart attack or having a small mini panic attack every time I even think about having to open this door to either feed her or clean that glass, because she's stressful. She's very fast, and she will dart out the corners, and I can't handle that no more. So I really need to get her into something bigger as well, both for my sake and for her sake. So, just wanted to give you all that little update. I don't think there's anything else super crazy happening with me today. I'm going to spend some time loving on my animals. I got a good couple hours before I need to be leaving here to go to work. So I'm just going to love on my animals a little bit, what I would normally be doing on my Sunday. But here we are. So I'm going to head out. I'm going to do that and, think about what else I'd want to talk to you all about in future videos, because at this point I'm almost like drudging for things to talk about. Aside from like doing care videos, which like I definitely need to be doing some more of those. I need to get back on doing more care videos and more like educational, like this is the topic and here is whatever, as opposed to just the vlog style videos that I've been doing. But maybe y'all can give me some input. Tell me what you want to know. Give me here, I want you to make a video about this. Hey, could you talk about this? If I get a little bit more feedback from the people that I'm actually, doing this for, I might have a little bit more, something to give. But, I don't get a lot of feedback from you all, for, at least on, ideas and things you want to hear about. I get a lot of, oh, that's cool, that's great, hey, great video, awesome videos, blah, 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 blah. But, a little bit more engagement. I love you all. Thank you. Take care. Appreciate it, do the your thing. I'm going to head wrap this up. You all take care of yourself, love yourselves, love your loved ones, love your reptiles, and you all keep spreading those herbs.